So, let me just tell you all how perfect of a moment this is. In all of its adversity, because adversity is nothing new to Black people and our culture and things like this. But let me just explain to you all this moment in time, okay? So you can get it and understand how we can make huge change. The reason why this time is so important and why this happening right now is so important, because look at what is happening in the world right now. At this point in time, we are dealing with a global pandemic that has shut down all economic institutions and the way that we go about our economic business at this time. All of that's at a standstill. We have been given these stimulus checks. People's unemployment have increased so that they don't have to worry about those fight or flight responses right now. They don't have to worry about that as much. It's still poverty in the world, but we don't have to worry about that at the extreme in which we were worried about it before. People are actually making more across the board than they've made in the past. The people who are at the lowest income are making more. Alongside that, we are in an unprecedented world where the current administration is so terrible that we are waking up to the fact that we can't depend on the government. We can't depend and rely on them to protect us and take care of us. We can't depend on the government to make decisions that are in our best interest. We never really could, but now it's shining a blatant light on the fact that you cannot depend on the systems to provide for us as a people. And Donald Trump just epitomized that nobody's driving the ship, okay? We are in a car that has no driver. Imagine that. We are riding along and we have no leadership that can cause positive change. So they're showing us who they are. Take note of that. That's good. Not only that, in the midst of a global pandemic, a ridiculous administration that is showing blatant racism, blatant support to the anarchy that is white supremacy. These are all good things, people. I know that sounds crazy, but this is what we've been waiting for. All the guise, all the disguise, all of those things that used to cloud our judgment and make us think, well, that's gone. You can't be comfortable no more. Nobody's comfortable where we are. We keep getting hit and we can't be comfortable anymore. That's gone. You're not comfortable anymore. And the government, when we used to have at least a semi-good leader, we could be comfortable. And we could say, I don't trust everything they're doing, but they're doing, they have our best interests at heart. None of that. None of that no more. You have to understand how, in this type of situation, when a revolution is in the midst, how that works and how that works in our favor. So you take out the government and you take down that disguise of the fact that somebody's going to come save you. Nobody's going to come save us. And then you add on a pandemic where, in a sense, lives are lost and there is tragedy and horror. There's also opportunity, because these businesses that we used to frequent, these events that we just had to be at, these places that we spent our time at, and things that we used previously to distract ourselves from the presidency, to distract ourselves from the things that we were seeing, to distract ourselves. We had somewhere to go. We had an event to be at. We had something to do. We had a job to go to. You don't got that no more. don't have that no more. Now you have only the essentials. You don't have to buy that outfit on Amazon. You don't have to go to, these events. You don't have to go to work. You don't have to do any of the stuff that you're doing. You don't have to do it. And you still will survive. You still will be able to buy your groceries. You still will be able to have the house or the roof. They can't evict us. You still will be able to live where you are. You still will be able to do the things you have to do. And you will have your essentials. But the flip side of that is big business is hurting. That business that we used to spend all our time, the industries that we used to place as a priority in our lives, that's not a priority no more. So understand that. Get that, people. Take a note of that. That dynamic that used to be there, that big business that used to thrive, they're hurting right now. They don't have our dollars. The clubs and all the other shenanigans and stuff that we used to do are not open anymore. We don't have nowhere to be. All we have to do right now is be at home and keep ourselves safe. That was all we had to do. And whether we did something or nothing, they are being hurt by that. By us having to stay at home. They're being hurt by us not buying their products. They are being hurt already. They already crippled, right? Get this. So they're hurting. The administration has showed us that they do not support us. So we don't have the disguise of the government. We have a pandemic that is killing minority people, black people at unprecedented numbers. So that caused people to retract into their homes, right? We all at home. We're trying to stay safe. We're trying to stay secure. But what happens when you're retracted to the home? Your mind starts to play tricks on you. And they're not games. You start to really have that interpersonal discussion on who you are and what you represent and what isolation means to you. I did a live Zoom call about peace in a pandemic and living in isolation. So what does that do to the mind when you're isolated? Think about that. And then all in our isolation, while we're trying to save ourselves, while we as a nation are battling against a virus, a faceless, nameless, just a virus in the body that is killing people without race, age, gender, financial backing attached to it at all. It kills everybody equally. We're fighting against that battle. We're fighting against the virus, right? Get this. And then we see that even in the midst of this, which is supposed to be a unified fight against coronavirus, the humankind versus coronavirus, in the midst of this, we still see that there is still racism in America. We still see that no matter what, you'll get close enough to me, which is putting you at risk, close enough to me to put your neck on, your knee on my neck. You get close enough to me to put your knee on my neck during a time where being close to people could kill you. Your racist mentality, your hatred for me will put you at risk during a time where we are supposed to be fighting against the virus. You get close enough to me to hold me down and put your knee on my neck for over 9 minutes to kill me. In the midst of everything else that we have to deal with, that's still okay. You still got time. You got time for that. You got time. You don't want to die, but the racism in you still allows you to put your knee on my neck. So I say all of that to say, thank you. Thank you. Nothing is disguised to us anymore. Nothing is hidden. They are overtly killing us, and they are doing it at the sacrifice of their own potential selves. They are killing us at the sacrifice of themselves because their hatred is so strong that they will take the risk of getting coronavirus by being around somebody to put your knee on their neck for over 9 minutes. They will do that because their hatred for you is bigger than their own self-interest. Their hatred for you is greater than their own self-value of what it means to do that and be so close to somebody and potentially get coronavirus. Hear me now, people. This is perfect. Now, don't mean the circumstances being a good thing. I'm saying this opportunity is perfect because we can make some real serious change. We can do something about this because now, at a time where it's never been before, the playing field is leveled. We are all in the same position. We're all fighting this virus, but we are all at an opportunity to strike while the iron's hot. We are at an opportunity to hit them where it hurts, people. And these demonstrations have to be calculated. Your movements, your actions have to be calculated because we can hit big business. There is no reason why we are passive and accepting of businesses just being outraged through their posts and their tweets. And I'm so upset, and I stand with you, and Black Lives Matter. Okay, they do. We know that. But you have influence. You have a seat at the table. You can talk to governors, police chiefs. You can talk to Supreme Court justices. They know the leader of Netflix. They know the owner of Amazon. Y'all can call them. You have their numbers. Where's your support? How are you putting your influence to action? Where are you? Where are you? You've been making money off of us for years. A lot of what we've done created the culture and the environment to build your empire. You wouldn't have Nike without Michael Jordan's face, making it huge, putting that black face and that black influence behind that company. You wouldn't have that. Black people made Gucci what it is. All these companies, where are they? I don't want your passive support. I don't need passive allies. I don't need you to just say, I like what you're doing. I'm for you. Yes, it's good to step out and say something, but now we not talking no more. We out here. We need action. Where's the action? Where's the response? What is your plan of action? Who do you know that you can talk to put some laws in place? And laws ain't gonna just do it. How do you plan to do social justice reform? How do you plan to use your influence that you've been monetizing and marketing off of black culture, black structure, black influence, black faces? What are you gonna do? And it's your job, the people who are watching this live, the people who share this live, it's your job to put heat on them now. Because they're hurt. They're hurt. We can hurt them financially. But the only way to do that is to call it out for what it is. No more passive allies. Hashtag no more passive allies. If you with us, then be with us. Put your money behind us. People say you match your works with your money. And you spend your money where you care, and if you don't care, then you don't spend your money there. That's what I'm saying. We need to put money behind what they're saying. We need to push people to do something. And all my allies who aren't huge corporation owners, y'all have a responsibility too. As I said before, black people didn't create racism. Black people can't solve racism. It's your job to keep the heat on them as well. It's your job to not only post, but reach out to your people of influence and try to get them to join in and put a backing behind what we're saying. We need support. We can't do this on our own. And if you out there protesting, make sure you out there for the right reasons. Don't just be out there because you want to be out there. Don't just be out there because you mad at the police. I don't give a damn if you mad at the police. The police are not the problem. The systematic injustice is the problem. The fact that they hire racist police officers is the problem. It's not the police that is the problem. It's the system that is the problem that allows for all of these people who are looking for positions of power to amplify how they feel about themselves so they can be better about themselves and feel control over someone else. And they control these environments and communities that they don't belong to. And they use that power and privilege to push us out and hurt us and destroy us. That's the problem. That's what we need to address. If you don't know that, then you're foolish. Stop saying fuck 12 and start saying fuck the system. Because the system is what's fucking us. Not these individual cops. Not every cop is a bad cop. I can't keep yelling that enough. Not everybody is trying to kill you. How the hell are we supposed to want black people to go into the police department, to change the police department, to be a part of the change if all of y'all keep saying they Uncle fucking Toms? You keep calling them out as Uncle Toms. Everybody who joins the police department is a bad guy. Who want to do that then? Who wants to be a part of that? Even if I had the best intentions to go in and do something and be the change from the inside, y'all are not allowing me to be the change on the inside because y'all still hate the people who are trying to do the right thing. So you need to change that narrative. Fuck the system. The system that allows people like that to be so prevalent in that system. The system that allows so many racist cops to get their job, keep their job, and do what they do. That's the system. You need to understand your enemy. Your enemy is the system that doesn't listen to black women when they are in the hospital and pregnant and saying that they are hurting. And so many black children have died and so many black lives have died because people don't listen to us. People don't take us seriously because they think that we're so strong and we can handle it. So when we cry out for help, it couldn't be half as bad as if a white person cries out for help because we're strong, because we're a threat, because they think of us like that. You have to listen to the people and know your enemy. Know your enemy and how to fight them. The way that you combat all of this is to take your advantage. We are in the perfect environment, people. We are doing so much right now that could really turn the tides for all future generations. We have the upper hand. We have an advantage. We have the world looking at us. People are scared. People have nowhere to be. People got nothing but time. People got nothing but money they can't spend on things that are not happening. People are not traveling. People are not, they don't have to buy things right now. We don't have to purchase anything outside of the groceries we need to survive and our needs to keep our house in order. You don't have to do anything else. You don't have to do anything else. And when you don't have to do anything else and opportunities of distraction aren't around you, imagine what you can do. We're not distracted by the NBA. We're not distracted by the NFL or the basketball, baseball league. Nothing is distracting us right now. We got nothing but time. Nothing but time and opportunity to put pressure on these companies, to put pressure on our senators, our lawmakers, our president. Quote, we got nothing but time. But if you just sitting at home and you just passively posting, not everybody's a freedom fighter. Not everybody's going to be out here in the streets. I wasn't in the streets yesterday because I saw that the streets weren't contained. And I'm not about to be out here if we're not marching together on the same accord. And the protests need leadership. The protests need leadership. So there needs to be a group of people, like-minded people, and I've spoke to a couple of people today. We're getting together, we're organizing that organize these protests and that make sure we're facilitating the protests so that our narrative is in the forefront. Because people are coming here and they're stealing our narrative. They're stealing our protest. That's ours. It's not yours. You are there to help push what we're trying to say. It's not yours. So if you are destroying stuff, if you are coming there just to be agitated with the police, if you are coming there just to be loud and boisterous and scream and yell, and you don't even think about the words that you are saying, you don't know Black Lives Matter means something, you don't know why you're there, if you just there to be mad, this is ours. And we about to take it back. We're about to take back our movement. We're about to take back our activism. It is ours. It belongs to us. We welcome you allies, but it's ours. This is our movement. We will not allow you to take what's ours. So if you have an issue with that, don't mind. We'll be out there real soon. We're going to be out there real soon. And are all black. And when you start cutting up, we're going to be out there real soon to tell you take a seat. Get out of here. That's not our narrative. That's not what we're here for. We'll be out there policing you. The citizens policing you. We'll be out there because you're not about to take our protests and the things that we're feeling outraged about and turn it into an opportunistic moment for you to act a fucking fool. We'll be out there. We're coming. Don't worry about us. We're coming. We're coming for you. Because you're trying to take our protest and make it into something else. No, this is ours. You can't have this. You can't have our Black Lives Matter movement. You can't have it. And we're coming back and we're going to take it. And we're going to organize and we're going to be very strategic with our moves. You can't have it. Because the news, all they see is you. All they see is your foolery. That includes my people of culture, my people of color who are out there acting a fool in the name of Black Lives Matter. We're coming for you too. Y'all got to take a seat too. And when we come, you'll see us. You'll know who we are. And we'll be standing there in silence. Because that's what's necessary. You don't always have to speak the loudest to make the biggest influence. You don't always have to be the loudest person in the room to have the most power. So you'll see us. But as soon as you get out of line, as soon as you start acting up, as soon as you start want to flip over vans and throw things at the police, I'm coming for you. Because you're changing our narrative. You're changing our story. And you don't have the right to do that. You don't have the right to do that. Because every time an ally throws something at the police, they're coming at everybody who's there. They're coming at everybody who's there. And you are going to get people killed and hurt. You need to stop. And you need to be stopped. Because it's not even for you. It's not even your protest. You are there to show a sign of support to the Black lives that have been lost. It's not about you. It's not about me. I don't do things for notoriety. I'm not trying to get famous. I'm not trying to be the face of the movement. I'm just trying to organize people so that we understand how important this moment is, how important our voice is, and how much we can really, out of all the movements that have come before us, understand the petri dish that is this movement and the anger. The built up anger over time. It's not new. It's been there. It's been there for all the Black lives that's been lost, going back to Emmett Till. It's been there. And it's late for people who are willing to turn the other cheek. It's too late for you. And I see people are struggling. People are really struggling with how they are activists and how they really advocate. I see white people struggling with what can I do? I see black people struggling with how do I be an activist? Use your platform. Don't allow yourself to become passive to your own movement. If you posting, post daily. And if you got something to say, make sure it means something. And when you post action. You don't have to leave your house. Post what you're going to do. Post what you want from them. Post this. These are our demands. These are the demands. And if these demands aren't met within this period of time, this is what's going to happen. And it don't have to be violent. The biggest threat that you can give to a system is a financial threat. It does not have to be violent. The biggest threat you can give is financial. So use that to put, I'm going to post acts of action every single day. Today, I posted to change your pictures, white allies included, to a picture of a person who's been killed by, not a person, a picture of a black queen and king who have been murdered by white supremacy or by police brutality. Change your picture because your picture is visibility. Your picture, if they see them, every time they see you, they know. They know that they are me. If you kill them, you are killing me. If you kill them, you are killing my mother, my father, my friend, my sister, my brother. And if I'm not, if I'm showing you their face every time, they won't be forgotten. That's a passive way to create big change. Do that. Change your profile and keep it. That's a small way that you can do something. Yesterday's action was a call to action for big business. I need y'all to repost that. I need y'all to share that, because if I'm just saying I want big business to stop just doing tweets and posts of support and we want to see action, then that doesn't mean anything. If we're all demanding, if you pick businesses and say, hey, I'm going to focus on this. Target shows support by sending money to the citizens of Minneapolis who were protesting and sending items because the Target was burned down. So Target is showing that they support us, and it's showing how they support us. Colin Kaepernick is offering legal support to anybody who is protesting and goes to jail. Colin Kaepernick is putting his platform and his ability behind his action and his activism. No passive activists, no passive allies. Put your money where your mouth is. If you care about us, if Black Lives Matter to you, if you don't like what's happening on the news, if you don't appreciate how Black people have been treated in America, then show it with your dollar, show it with your money, show up. We've been giving you billions of dollars for years and years and years, and we never asked for nothing in return because we're foolish for that. And because we don't know no better. And because we've been trained in a capitalistic society where money rules everything and clout rules everything. And we didn't know that if we were given all this money that we should have probably asked for something in advance. We probably should have asked for something back. We've been getting bad deals our whole existence. Slavery was a bad deal. And we've been asking for reparations for that bad deal. And we've been asking to be considered human. We've been asking because we were once considered the closest thing to a table, because we were sold as property. We've been asking for you to consider us. I'm not asking y'all no more. I'm not asking you for permission to be Black anymore. I'm not asking you if it's okay anymore. It's not okay. And we're not dealing with it anymore. And we will not allow you to pressure us into nothing. We are demanding that you see us. We are demanding that you put your money behind your works, and we are demanding that you do something about this, because Black people didn't create racism, so the system needs to come down. The structure cannot last. It can't survive. So I'll say all of this to say this, people. Get ready, okay? Because right now, if we don't strike while this iron is hot, we gonna miss a hell of an opportunity to get our demands met. We are gonna miss it because right now we got nothing but time. We got all the motive. We got all the anger and aggression compounded with the isolation and that built up need to want to do something, to want to get out and act. We got nothing but time. Get yourselves together. We're going to start. If you are willing to be a part of this movement, please raise your hand and say that you're down. And if you're not willing to be active, please repost those who are willing to be active. Repost my live. Repost my stuff so other people can get ready. Because if it's not you, it's got to be somebody else. Somebody that you are, that's following you will get involved. And in the meantime, while you're comfortable, start posting things. And not just posting just arbitrary things about it. Post action. Repost our demands because the group is getting started. Please repost our demands. Please repost our demands. Please repost our demands. Because you don't have to leave your house to press post and repost our demands. Repost our demands. Because we need a list of demands and we have them. So I'm joining and I'm getting people together so that we can come up with a concrete plan. How we're going to do things. The demands that we need. And I am asking for all of these big businesses to put your money behind your mouth. Don't tweet another thing unless you have done something about it. We don't need your tweets. They're nice, but we don't need your tweets if you're not going to do something about it. Y'all know the governors. Y'all know the people. Y'all know y'all have positions of power. You have a seat at the table. Either use your seat or put somebody else there with you at the table so that we can all thrive. But this is a excellent situation, you guys. Excellent situation to get involved. It is a great time to be a Black American, if any. You know why? Because we about to get what we wanted. We're about to get what we need. We're about to get it going. And it's a great time because there's no better time than a situation that's happening now where people are fed up. People are tired. There's no better situation right now than what we in right now. Y'all have to understand there is beauty in tragedy. And there's opportunity. And what we need to understand is when there's blood on the streets, people make money. And I say that they've done it with the Jews. They've done it with slavery. When there's blood on the streets, people make money. So what we need to do is start to use that. When people are outraged, when people been disenfranchised, when people are isolated, when people see that the government is not going to be there for them, they open a door to anarchy and an opportunity to revolutionize. So this is the perfect opportunity to do that. We have nowhere to go. The clubs is closed. The trips is closed. Vacation is canceled. All of this stuff is perfect. Perfect to get a movement going. To start a real revolution that causes change. Put your money where your mouth is. Put your action behind this. No more passive allies. No more passive supporters. If you're not out here doing something, and I don't mean you have to leave your house, but if you're not actually posting action, don't post, bro. Like, I'm tired of it. I'm posting calls to action every day and people just liking my post. Don't like my post, okay? I'm not doing it for likes. I'm not doing it for clout. I'm not doing it to be the face of the movement. I'm doing it because I want to see change. So stop liking people's posts. If they're asking you to do something and you support it, then do it. Don't just like their posts and passively stroll on past. Because I know there's people on my live that are just listening to my live and they're just strolling on past. And they come and they go. Repost this. Share this. Send this to other people. Don't just come and go. Okay? Don't do that. Don't do that. Do something. Show your strength. And don't be passive. Don't be passive. There's no such thing as a passive activist. Come on.